Hey, what's up everybody, this is Karaka and I'm going to another video review. And today I'll be reviewing the WWE Elite Series 75 Seth Rollins. Now, to be honest with you, this is actually a figure I did not really think I would ever own. Because obviously, who needs another Seth Rollins figure? Like, they just keep pumping out Seth Rollins figures like left and right. But when I saw what attire it was, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll get it. Then I saw it in person at Target recently. I was like, you know what, I'm getting this. Because I love this attire, and I think the figure turned out really good. Except for a couple issues I had with it, and I'll get into that as the review goes on. Anyways, as always, before we take a look at the figures, take a look at the packaging first. Anyways, Elite Collection, Seth Rollins. It still bothers me. The last name is much bigger than the first one. It still bothers me. Series 75, True Effects, WWE logo. Has a picture of Rollins right there. I don't know, it's just something about this picture. I don't know, it just really bugs me. I don't know, I guess the Photoshop or whatever, because they did the same thing with Triple H and Daniel Bryan from Elite Series 73. They kind of did a weird job on the Photoshop. On the side, we got a picture of Rollins in the outfit. In the back, with the same picture, along with his bio and stats. You can pause right there if you want to read. And of course, it talks about when he won the Royal Rumble, which is what this figure is based on. And then the other figures in the set, we got Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Pete Dunne, Kalisto, the Hurricane, and Mandy Rose. Obviously, Seth Rollins we're reviewing today. Jeff Hardy, I already reviewed, so check that video out if you haven't seen it. Pete Dunne, I might actually have him coming in the mail very soon from Amazon, so we'll see. Kalisto, I already reviewed him, so check that out if you haven't seen it. The Hurricane, same thing, coming from Amazon. And Mandy Rose, I might get her from Ringside, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, so possibly in the future, stay tuned for reviews of these three figures. And if you haven't seen my reviews of Jeff Hardy or Kalisto, check those out. And that's about it for the packaging. So let's open up Seth Rollins and let's burn it down. We'll be right back. Alright, so here we have Seth Rollins. Open up another package. Now this figure is fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite Seth Rollins figures ever made. Just fantastic figure. Now, right off the bat, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when he was in the package, his knee pad was actually all the way up here, so it was not covering his knees. So thank God I was able to adjust it and fix that, because I was not wanting to call Mattel and ask for a replacement figure because they don't know how to package the figure correctly. Anyways, let's take a look. All right, first up is accessories. He comes with 3 pairs of interchangeable hands. Of course, he has the 2 fists that were already on him when he was in the package. Of course, the standard gripping hands. And the open hands that we see him do in his pose when he's on the top rope. So that's pretty neat. And he also comes with this sweet entrance vest, as SR on the front, and the Seth Rollins logo on the back. And it's pretty much like what they've done before with with figures such as Johnny Gargano and the Elite 57 Seth Rollins, where it has the 2 clips on the back. And I'm glad they actually put the detail on the back of it, because some of these don't have it. I don't know, just when they do these type of vests or whatever on the back, they don't put the detail on the back because of the pegs. It's just difficult to do. See if I can get this off. It's a little stiff. This is legit the first time I've taken this off, so this might be stiff. Oh, there it goes. Pretty simple. Easy, easy. That came right off. Sweet. Now on to Seth Rollins himself. Head scan is great. This looks a lot like Seth Rollins. It's the same face scan we saw before with the Basic Series 102, which I have right here. And I think they definitely improved on this new Elite, like just the face print, the True Effects they did on it. I don't know, with the color of the beard and the color of the eyebrows, because it looks a little faded on the Basic, but it's much better on the Elite, so thank God they fixed that. Of course, he got his chest hair, got his tattoo on the back. If I can move his hair out of the way. There we go. Of course, he got his wrist tape. Zoom in a little bit. And his gear, which the box says is from Royal Rumble 2019, and I've done my research, and that is pretty much correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is from the Royal Rumble. Very cool color scheme, which I believe is a reference to to the Bears. I don't know that sports team. I don't follow sports. I don't know. So cool. But I do have to say one thing. I love this color scheme of the white, orange, and the blue. Very cool color scheme. A little bit. I do notice his thighs are a tad bit loose, but other than that, the joints are fine. They're not like super tight or super loose. Thank God, because I always hate that. However, I don't like these hip joints. Like, see how skinny his legs are? Like, I hate when they use these hip joints on these skinny legs because they feel very fragile. So if you have this or any Elite Seth Rollins, be careful if you're going to use it. Because the joints feel very fragile on the hips. I don't like that. And as for a little comparison, here he is with the Basic Series 102 Seth Rollins. Just to get an idea. Obviously more detail on the Elite. But as I mentioned, same face scan. Kind of similar attires. Hopefully we get an Elite of this at some point, because they did a poll recently where it's like, oh, what Elite Seth Rollins do you want to see next? And this was one of the choices. So hopefully we get an Elite of this attire. Articulation is pretty much what you'd expect. Head can rotate 360. Can go up and down. It can't look down. It can kind of look up. Arms will rotate 360. Can go in and out. Mine's a little tight. Rotate at the bicep. Bend the elbow. Rotate at the wrist. And hinge. Of course, mine's a little stiff. Oh, there it goes. Ab crunch. This one's about that far forward. And this far back. Excellent. So very flexible torso there. Swivel waist. Legs can go forward about that far. And back to the original position. Then go in and out. Rotate at the thigh. Double jointed knee. Swivel at the boot. There we go. Of course, has a hinge at the ankle. This is an older mold, so it's not super stiff. Thank God. And then it has these slight ankle pivot, which I absolutely love. You can get like a wider stance. You can definitely pose him doing the curb stomp if you wanted to. You know, in your stop motions or your figure photography, because I've done that a few times, or some slow motion shots like I did. Anyway, so overall, this is a fantastic figure. My only real complaint with it is the vest is a tad bit tricky to get off. Well, I mean, it's not hard, it's just very stiff. So I wish they would make it more of a softer material so it's a little easier to take off. Like, not as thick, that way it doesn't scrape the chest hair or the tattoos off, because I've had that issue before, and I've heard people talk about that too. Because of how thick and stiff these rubber accessories are, it rubs against the figure. So sometimes it'll rub the chest hair off or the tattoos off. So be very careful with that. So if I were you, I would not have him with this on too often. So don't take it on and off too many times. Just choose what you want to have, you know, with the shirt on or off. Keep it that way for a while, and then you can switch up if you want to. And so overall, fantastic figure. So overall, this is a excellent Seth Rollins figure. Mattel definitely put their game face on and scored a touchdown with this figure. Great figure, a great head scan. Just wish it had a different expression. Love the attire based on the 2019 Royal Rumble. You know, I love that it's based on the football team, the Chicago Bears. I love that color scheme, even though I'm not a big football guy, because I love the color scheme. It's fantastic. And I'm sure all you Chicago Bear fans are nuts over this. Like I said, overall it's a great figure. I just wish I had a different expression on the face. And the joints weren't so tight and loose. I mean, some joints are really tight, some of them are very loose. Other than that, it's a great figure. So whether you have a bunch of Seth Rollins figures or not, this is definitely a figure I think you should add to your collection. It's a very underrated figure. So it's a shame that it's a shelf warmer, because it's a fantastic figure. So if you see this figure in stores, or if you can get it online for a good price, this is definitely a must pick up figure. Fantastic. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So pick it up if you can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check those out. Links are down below. And you can message me anytime you want. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye. Burn it down.